Grandmommy and Granddaddy. I need your help. Our family is having trouble. Mom is happy. Dad is happy. Harrison and Graham are happy. But I'm not happy. I'm sick of having tilapia. Every other night. And canned biscuits. I want real biscuits. And I want to get away for a while, so I think I'm going to run away to the farm and stay with you guys. I'm just so tired of being surrounded by people and things. It's only quiet in my room. So, I'm leaving on the 12th. It's a 25-day walk. I'll see you soon. Love, Daniel. I wrote this letter when I was 8 years old. And did I write it because my mother's cooking at the time was horrendous? Yes. Was there more to it than that? Absolutely. I wrote this letter out of jealousy. You see, I had just read The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn for the first time. And his life was amazing. He and his best friend Jim, who was also a runaway slave, they rafted down the Mississippi and camped on islands and broke into abandoned ships and got into scams and schemes, and I wanted that. And I didn't have it at home. So I figured it was time to hit the old dusty trail. I was going to run away. So I got a clear comforter case. That's what I was going to bring. And I packed my clothes in it, and I got rations of Gushers and Pop-Tarts, and I packed them up and broke the news to my parents. And they took it hard, but you know, I was 8. I was clearly old enough to make this decision for myself. And so to help my dad, he gave me this map of Georgia, and it was huge. It was bigger than I was. And every night for a few nights before I left, we threw it up on his drafting table in his office and mapped out my route to run away. It was 25 days on foot, 13 by river, or a 3.5-hour car ride. And I was hell-bent. So the night before I was supposed to leave, we were finishing up the details to my trek when my mom called me down for dinner. And as I walked down the stairs, it smelled good. Suspiciously good. It didn't smell like tilapia. When I came around the corner and saw the table, there was a pot roast and cooked carrots, and I was 8, so I didn't eat carrots, but they looked good, and biscuits. Real buttermilk biscuits. I sat there, and I ate, and I didn't say a word. I didn't deserve to run away. My life wasn't as bad as Huck's. Huck didn't even have a mom, and his dad was a drunk who beat him and locked him in the house for days on end, and my dad helped me map my route to run away. I didn't deserve to go. So I decided I'd wait it out to the next night's dinner. And it was pretty good. And the night after that, and the night after that, and my mom got pretty consistent. Before I knew it, I was 17. And I had never left. I was still there, and I had never gone on my grand adventure, but I still had that ember within me. And because of that, I had found through a long patch of wilderness and across a hilly pasture and another little thicket of woods was a pond. And every day after school, I would get home and I would sling my backpack off and take my books out and steal a few of my parents' beers. And I would kick my shoes off, go prop my feet up on a log by the pond and smoke a pipe. I secretly bought it on a Boy Scout trip. And today, I'm thinking about the book a lot. And not for no reason. See, we're reading it in my high school English class. Today we just wrapped up the chapters where the Duke and the King, the two con men that Huck and Jim get caught up with, they sell Jim back into slavery for a couple $100. And when Huck realizes this, he cries, he tries to pray, it doesn't work. And he finally realizes the gravity of their situation. That while Huck's main priority is the fun and the adventure of it, Jim's main priority is surviving. Huck can run away and go back whenever he wants. Now, Jim will be running for the rest of his life. I can't believe it. I've loved this book for what's been almost 10 years now, and it's not about rafting and hanging your legs in the water and smoking a pipe. It's about us. It's Huck isn't Huck, and Jim isn't Jim. They're bigger than that. It was a gunshot. And another. And another. They're becoming frantic. It was... I should investigate. Huck would do the same. So I picked up my things and I knew these woods well enough to know those gunshots were definitely coming from the pasture. And so I snuck around the top side of the hill and right at the tree line where the wilderness meets the grass, there are these large boulders. And see, I'm only 5'6", so I couldn't really see. But these were definitely where the gunshots were coming from. Right next to me, there was a large oak tree. I could get a good vantage point from there. And so I went over and I jumped up, pulled myself up, and I climbed, not deviating from the trunk so as not to be seen. When I got about 30 feet up, I poked my head around the side. There at the bottom of the pasture were 5 people with AK-47s and M16s unloading on an old truck. And every time they shot, glass flew in every direction. And when the bullets hit the metal, they absorbed into some black voids and they laughed maniacally. And I hung there, petrified. I should go home. So I started to climb down slowly, and right when my feet hit the ground, I bolted. And I sprinted through thickets of thorns and dodged trees, and I hopped the tree line to the fence line to the property. And I stared down the barrel of a jet black revolver. Its owner's hands were quivering, and the sunlight reflected off of his sheriff's badge. He asked me where they were. And then he told me to go home. And I did. I ran faster than I've ever run, and the pavement shredded the bottom of my bare feet, only until the grass of my front lawn cooled them off. And I swung my front door open. It smelled good. The good I was used to. On the table was a pot roast and cooked carrots, and I was 17, so I didn't eat carrots, but they looked good. And biscuits. Real buttermilk biscuits. And I sat there, and I ate, and I didn't say a word. Then my mom asked me how my day was. Fine. We're reading Huck Finn in school.